Professor Pete here. We are talking about lighting and rendering, and we are at the last one. This is your third assignment. So here's a quick brief. Let's get right to it. It's an environmental scene. So here's the environmental scene. It has to be lit by the moon and also has to be lit by the sun. Not at the same time, of course, but show an evening scene, a nighttime scene if you want, and some sort of afternoon scene or morning scene with the sun. That would be the stipulations for this one. I recommend using a building. It could be a corporate building, it could be a house, it could be something that you invent in a valley. Totally up to you. It could be an Airbnb even. That's out in the remote deserts, in the mountains, in a forest, however you want. Think creatively. Think of something that you would love to live in, but you may not have the opportunity to, or it doesn't exist. House in the trees. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to follow the same rubric: creativity, technical, and presentation. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on presentation since this seems to be an important thing that we don't want to mess up. Again, it's going to be 12 slides. The first slide, title your work, put your name on it, but definitely title it, give it a unique name, so that way it stands out. Again, you have 10 slides, so put all sorts of interesting things, the process of producing this, maybe different buildings that you first thought of. Again, you don't need to spend a lot of time modeling, but you do need to spend some time compositing, putting things together. So the things that we expect to see in the scene are, cars, people walking maybe, things like that, light posts. But back to the presentation, it's 10 slides. Okay, references, work in progress, stuff that you were doing, and then we need to see the final images. So at least 3 of these slides need to show your final images. We want to see 5 of them. So if you want to put 2 in one, but I would really recommend putting 5, all 5 of them in the 12-slide presentation, somewhere in there. Naming of the project, okay, first name, last name, and then the title of the project. You need to name this for both the PowerPoint, also the YouTube video that you're going to upload. Give it this name as well, and anything else that we need. So anyways, to Blackboard, we need to see a zip. We need to see the 5 images. Again, follow the naming conventions. The PowerPoint presentation, follow the naming conventions. The camera fly through, if you can do this. I have 3 seconds here, but that's a little too short. But anyways, if you're able to do this through Arnold, that'd be great. It's a bonus. And then to YouTube, make sure you have this. Again, we only need 4 minutes of you talking over this. Please do not go over it. And to show you an example of what I would expect to see, here is one where we have some people in there. You don't have to put a lot of people in, but there are some people in there, some cars, and it feels like a scene. This one has got clouds. So I think if you're able to do something like this, I think that'd be really great. Find a building that would work. Again, this is kind of sterile, it's kind of boring, but it's just an example, and hopefully you can come up with something even more unique, more interesting, but also looks almost photoreal. So, Professor Pete, keep learning.